Shakakura here. Today I'm going to be testing out a concept that I've kind of been toying around with, and that is, should you use a heavier mouse with a high sensitivity versus a light mouse and a slower sensitivity. I have three mice laid out here today, starting from the Razer Viper Mini, Razer Viper, and the Logitech G502. And the way I will be conducting this test is on the Eletical AIM bot training map for CSGO. Before we get started, let's go into the settings. So first things first, I type in weapon accuracy, no spread, make sure that's at 1, as I'm looking at pure skill and my ability to transition from targets as fast as possible. I'm not looking at compensating for any recoil patterns, etc. Next thing I do is FOV, CS debug, and I set that to 104. And the reason for that is because I like to train my aim for different games other than CSGO. I actually don't play CSGO matchmaking anymore, so the default 90 degree FOV is just a little too narrow for me. So I'm going to set that, and then I go over here and I turn on the FPS boost. And the reason for this, it just makes the longer range targets a little bit easier to see. And make sure bullet holes are popping, as that will show blood too, and just make it harder to see some of the targets. And then lastly, we go to the 100 kills, 360 degrees Kevlar helmet, play, go to the center, and here we go. And as we can see, my KPM is pretty low there. It is the startup round or the warm-up round for the day. And so what we're looking out for, higher KPM, obviously the better. And then if you look at the lower left-hand side of the screen, shots per kill, we want that as low as possible because we're also measuring accuracy. So before we dive in real quick, I just wanted to inform you guys that I was using a DPI of 800, once again using an FOV of 104, and I was playing at a resolution of 1920 by 1080p. Alright, so here we have the Razer Viper. I was playing with it at a sensitivity at 1.0. The Viper Mini, I was using a 0.915 sensitivity, and the G502, I was using a 1.89 sensitivity. Now, how I kept the sensitivities proportional to the mouse weights, I used a control. And the control was the Logitech G Pro Wireless, weighing in at 80 grams with a 1.2 sensitivity. So then I divided that sensitivity by its own weight, which was 80 grams, and I got 0.0015, which I then multiplied by the each of the three mouse weights. So in this instance, it would be the Viper Mini weighing in at 61 grams, and I got a sensitivity of 0.915. So, getting to the Razer Viper. The Razer Viper was in the middle in terms of average KPM, which was at 74.52, and an average accuracy of 1.05. Now keep in mind, this is the amount of shots it took just to kill one bot, so lower the better. Alright, here we have the Viper Mini, which was the lightest mouse and had the slowest sensitivity at 0.915, and it had the highest average KPM at 81.09 and the highest accuracy at 1.02. Now we have the G502, which was the heaviest mouse, weighing in at 126 grams with a 1.89 sensitivity. It had the worst average KPM at 72.11 and an accuracy of 1.06. So in this testing, the Viper Mini reigned supreme. So what can we conclude from this? For me personally, I like a lighter mouse with a lower sensitivity, just because it makes transitioning and snapping from one target to another a whole lot easier, and it feels a whole lot more controllable to me in comparison to the Viper and the G502. I think a part of it could also be contributed to the size of the mouse. The Viper Mini is a small mouse compared to the Viper, which is a medium mouse, and the G502 I think is a medium mouse. It might be a large. It's really big, but yeah, for me personally, something about the Viper Mini, I just really like it, and I perform really well with it. So, I encourage my audience to go out and do their own testing, and go out and try 3 different mice or whatever mice they want to try, because we live in a world where we could do that. You could go to Amazon or Walmart and purchase 3 mice, and then if you don't like them all, you could return them and get your money back. So yeah, I'm going to be including 3 clips of me conducting the test for all 3 mice, but other than that, I have nothing else for you guys. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. I'll be sure to do more testing like this in the future. Thank you.